ॐ विश्वं दर्पणदृश्यमाननगरी तुल्यन्निजान्तर्गतं पश्यन्नात्मनि मायया बहिर्बोद्धूतं यथा निद्रया यस्साक्षात् कुरुते प्रबोधसमये स्वात्मानमेवाद्वयं तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये बीजस्यान्तरिवाङ्कुरो जगदिदं प्राङ्निर्विकल्पं पुनः मायाकल्पितदेशकालकलना वैचित्रचित्रीकृतं मायावीव विजृम्भयत्यपि महायोगी वयस्वेच्छया तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये तस्मै श्रीगुरुमूर्तये नमः इदं श्रीदक्षिणामूर्तये ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यङ्करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् Verse 6 अहमित्यभिमन्ता यः कर्तासौ तस्य साधनं मनस्तस्य क्रिये अन्तः बहिर्वृत्तिक्रमोत्थिते. So Vidyaranya is building up a beautiful inquiry, self-inquiry, because he said avichara krutaha bandhaha, not inquiring into one's own nature, there is a bondage. So what is a bondage? Well, whatever I do not want to have, but I cannot get rid of, is a bondage. And therefore, that's how in bandha dhatu means to bind. So anyway, so the bondage is this bandha. It means you are bound. You want to get rid of it, but you cannot get rid of it. That's called bandha. So one cannot extricate, oneself from certain things which he or she wants to get rid of it. What are those things? Well, pain, sorrow, limitations, fear, old age, being subject to disease, mortality, are just few things. So when one does not love certain things or does not like certain things but cannot get rid of them, they become bondage to the person. And all this ultimately is due to not knowing the reality of oneself. So basically this is a bondage. So avichara kritaha bandhaha. Vichara means an inquiry. Vicharena nivartate. So that will go away. The bondage will go away because there is no reality. I am mortal is not real. I am limited is not real. I am subject to fear is not real. I am subject to sorrow is not real. That's it. That kind of that is called sorrow. That's called bondage, because basically you have not inquired into the nature of yourself. That is the reason. So he introduced, of course, the self as the Brahman, very Jagat Karanam, and he said he created the Jagat, and he entered into this body as a Jiva Rupena Pravishat, etc. And so, Jiva means he is the Pramata here. So he entered here in this body. And so you inquire here. Basically, the whole creation is, the cause of the entire creation is recognized here in this buddhi. Because you recognize the entire effect, entire jagat, you recognize where? In the buddhi. So there itself you recognize the cause of that creation, cause of the jagat. And therefore, and it is here, it is recognized in a form of a sakshi ultimately. It obtains as a jiva, pramata, we'll see that. But is ultimately you can inquire into that and you will find that basically you are a Sakshi. And that Sakshi is nothing but that Brahman, Jagat Karanam Brahman. So this is how so he said, Tasmat Jiva Paramatmano Sarvada eva vicharet. So you start the inquiry with who is this Jiva, who is this Pramata, who is this individual, who is Paramatma. So, well, or you start here, who is this Jiva, who is individual. It will lead you, it will end you in the Paramatma, Jagat Karanam Brahma. So that means it ends in the Aikyam. And so how to inquire now? So that is, he started from the verse number 6. And he wants to introduce this Sakshi, well, as a revealer of this Triputi. So he defines each of them, Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam, etc. And also say how they function. And for that purpose, well, the mind is divided into two. First is the Pramata, Ahankara, Karta, etc. Second is the Pramanam, the Karanam. And the third, of course, is an external object, Prameya. These three put together is a Triputi. And the Pramanam, this mind, well, has a capacity to contact the sense objects. And that capacity of the mind is entertaining varieties of the thoughts. And so Pramana generates this vritti. We call it as in Pramana Vyapara, function of the mind. And that is in form of a knowing process actually. So this Pramana Vyapara is this knowing process by which the Pramada gets this knowledge of Prameya. So every knowing process involves these three things. Pramata is there, knower is there. Prameya, of course, a known object is also there, and the very Pramana, the process of knowing. So Pramana Pravritti, knowledge you can say, is there. And then we make a subtle inquiry, and that we learned step by step that through the knowing process, what is revealed is the object, Prameya. So knowing process, well, only object is revealed. It doesn't reveal the other two, Pramata and Pramanam. So, and if they both, but at the end of, the knowing process, if it reveals Pramata and Pramanam also, then Pramata becomes Prameyam. And Pramanam also becomes Prameya. So, well, in a knowing process, if all are Prameyam, then where is knowing process? So, definitely, knowing process involved, definitely a knower is there. So, Pramata is there. So, knowing process does not reveal Pramata and Pramanam. It reveals only Prameya. So, then definitely Pramata and Pramanam, who reveals? That's a question. Because ultimately, at the end of the knowing process, you say, I know Swami. So, I know means I, the knower, is also revealed. Know Swami, the knowing process, the Pramana is also revealed. And Swami is the object of knowledge. Of course, that is revealed by the Pramata, but then at the end of knowing process, all the three are revealed. It's an expression only proves I know Swami. So all the three are there. Pramata is there, Pramanam is there, Prameyam is also there. But the knowing process does not reveal other than Prameya. Then who reveals Pramata and Pramanam? Because you refer it. If you refer it, means they are revealed. So definitely, what is not revealed cannot be referred, but definitely you refer it. And therefore, well, Pramata and Pramanam must be revealing themselves. If knowing process does not reveal other than Prameyam, Pramata, Pramanams are revealed by on their own. They are self-revealing. But they are not self-revealing. Why? That's mind only. Pramata, we are going to see, is the I thought. Pramanam is the idam vritti, etc. Well, so it's both our mind. We have seen also the mind is divided into two. One is Pramata, Karta, Ahankara. The second is Pramanam. So basically, Pramata and Pramanam, nothing but the mind. So Pramata, Pramanam are revealing themselves, self-revealing. Then mind is self-revealing. Mind is not self-revealing. Mind is made up of subtle elements. And well, it is Jadam. Therefore, Pramata, Pramanam cannot be revealed well on their own. They are not self-revealing. Then who reveal? Who reveal them? Who reveals them? Well, then we have to say there is a independent principle which must be of the nature of self-revealing, must be revealing this pramata and pramanam. And that is Sakshi, etc. He will introduce later. So Sakshi reveals both, and during this, every knowing process. In every knowing process, these two are revealed by the Sakshi, and the Prameyam is revealed by the Pramata. So knowing process reveals Prameyam, and Pramata and Pramanam are revealed by the Sakshi. This is. Then the third question. If Pramata, Pramanam are revealed by the Sakshi, they are revealed simultaneously or sequentially. If the sequentially means for when Sakshi reveals Pramata, well, Pramanam is not revealed. When Sakshi reveals Pramanam, the Pramata is not revealed. Pramata goes into dark. That doesn't happen, because you say I as you hear this sound, all the three are there. All the three are there. The hearer is there. The hearing process is going on. It is there, right? Shrauta vritti also is there in the mind. And well, of course, my words, which is object, also are there. So in a single process, all the three are there. Therefore, Sakshi reveals both of them simultaneously. Cannot reveal sequentially. If sequentially it is there, knowing process doesn't happen. If Pramada goes into dark, the hearer goes into dark, not revealed, then how the hearing process is going to happen? The hearing process is a one unit. The seeing process is a one unit. I am seeing, you say, present tense. I am seeing Swami. Means I is also revealed. Then the seeing process, of course, the seeing, the vritti also is revealed. And the Swami also, the object also is revealed. And therefore, Sakshi reveals both of them simultaneously, not sequentially. That is also. Then further. So even though we said, now we introduce something else, which we have already done in the 7th chapter of Pancadasi. So even though we say knowing process reveals this prameya, the object. So, knowing process means what? Mind directing towards the object, and contact the sense object. And so, this is how the prameyam, the object is revealed. So, this is possible because Sakshi basically blesses the Pramata and Pramanam with the Chidabhasa. Now, we will introduce that. So, Sakshi basically blesses this Pramata and Pramanam with Chidabhasa and reveals Pramata and Pramanam. And Vritti with that Chidabhasa, now Pramanam is revealed by the Sakshi in form of Chidabhasa. So that mind, the Vritti, along with the Chidabhasa, contact the object externally, and it is the Chidabhasa in the Vritti reveals the object. Clip thought is there. We have seen that. I don't want to go into that vritti vyapti, phala vyapti. So what happens is the mind, of course, the pramana, in the form of a thought, goes out and contact the object, takes the shape of that object. We call vritti vyapti. Mind pervades that object in form of a thought. So it will have an image of the thought, as an object of the thought. And of course, the Chidabhasa which is there in that pramana, that vritti, will reveal the object. And that's how it becomes prameyam. So basically, Sakshi alone through pramata and pramanam reveals this prameya. The outside object also is revealed by Chidabhasa only. And Chidabhasa is there in a pramana, in the vritti. That is there because the Sakshi blesses the pramana with the Chidabhasa. That Chidabhasa along with the vritti contact the object outside and reveal it and becomes prameyam. And so ultimately, pramata and pramanam only reveal the object, but through that channel of pramata pramanam, Sakshi alone reveals this prameya. So Sakshi reveals pramata pramanam. Now in short, Sakshi reveals pramata pramanam directly, and Sakshi reveals prameyam indirectly. But all the three are revealed simultaneously. One directly, two directly, one indirectly. It doesn't mean sequentially. All the three are revealed simultaneously. Therefore, Sakshi reveals Triputi, this triad. Sakshi is a revealer of all the three. So anyway, this is said in the verses. Now let's see verse number 6 is what it says. Ahamiti abhimanta yah asau karta. Yah ahamiti abhimanta. Ahamiti abhimanta. Well, there is a I thought or the ego. See, one who owns up the mind is ego, or one who employs the mind is ego, pramada. So this is the individual. So the I thought we can say, or one, so ego, ahankara, means is nothing but a sense of I-ness. I-ness, I will explain you. This I-ness could be in the mind, could be in the senses, could be in your prana, hunger, thirst, etc., could be in the body, could be with reference to external objects also. We refer this individual, the ego, in a varieties of ways. So anyway, so yaha aham iti abhimanta, the very I sense, the owning up of the mind, owning up of the pranas, owning up of the senses, owning up of the organs of action, owning up of the body. Yeah. Is that ownership is called ego, that arises with the I thought. So I-ness. That is nothing but the same self, which is time being. The self which is time being, is called ego. Anyway, so, I wanted to refer something. But anyway, so aham. So, with reference to external objects also ego is referred. I am a son. Son with reference to something else. Outside. Your father. So, with reference to mind. So, all this you can say. Ownership is ego. Knowership is ego. Doership is ego. Enjoyership is ego. How? Doership ego. I said own up. You own up. What? Organs of action. You own up. That's how you claim. We'll be seeing that action is done by the organ of action. But you own up. I can give a simple example. Like what writes an article? Pen writes. No. I am writing an article. You are writing an article. You are not writing an article. You are using an instrument called pen, which writes an article. But there is always a ownership. Yeah. Ownership. Ownership has to be there. It's a Ishvara's arrangement. Whenever any action happens, the body does action. The organs of action do action. The pranas do a lot of activity. The sense organs do a lot of activity. Mind also does a lot of activity. Behind there should be an agent, which called subject, which we call doer, etc. Behind any action, you cannot imagine any action without an agent of an action. Any action. Immediately you ask, who has done it? Immediately. It's a Ishvara's arrangement. So the same Sakshi actually, I'm going little here and there because I want to give you a little larger picture. So the same Sakshi, because ultimately Sakshi is Brahman, which is in the form of, which is a maker and material everything. So he he created everything, it has come. When the very first verse he said that the Brahman which created everything and entered as the Jiva, as this Paramatma, as the ego. So there is I-ness. And why I say that is the same self, time, which is time being, is this ego. Why time being? Because that I-ness is not there in a deep sleep state. It's not there. There is no, if I-ness is there in deep sleep state, you will have a sense of individuality in a deep sleep state. It is not there. I is there, real I, because there is an experience. Sleep is also an experience. It's an experience of not experiencing anything particular. That's an experience. Yeah. Why you brought up experience, Swami? Because I want to prove that there is one being, which is already there, which was there in a waking state, which is there in a deep sleep state, which is there in a dream state. That is real I. That is not the self which is time being. That is the self all the time. Yeah, that's the self which is all the time. That is Sakshi. That is Sakshi. Anyway, so here, yaha aham iti abhimanta. So the I thought or ego, asau karta bhavati. That becomes the subject, that becomes the pramata. Naturally, that is the mind only. But Swamiji, pramata is a conscious being. That is because of that same consciousness associated with this mind becomes pramata. So, but the mind itself is jadam, I thought. So, yaha asau, so karta bhavati. Yaha asau is a relative and karta is a correlative. It's a complementary. So, yaha aham abhimanta asau karta bhavati. He has introduced the pramata now. Tasya sadhanam manaha. So mind, tasya pramatuhu, for that pramata, for that ego, for that ahankara, for that individual, nothing but which is ultimately sakshi alone, but that is now the pramata, due to ignorance, etc. Well, tasya sadhanam manaha. Mind is basically a sadhanam. Mind is an instrument for that pramata. Mind serves as an instrument for that pramata, for that karta. So, when you say pramata, you should say instrument as a pramanam. When you say karta, you should say karanam. So, tasya kartuhu sadhanam manaha bhavati. Ahankara is a karta, manaha is a karanam. Ahankara is a pramata, manaha pramanam. Tasya, of that mind, which is pramanam, create. That, well, definitely there are it has twofold functions, kriya, kriyaha, etc. It's a dual. So this pramata, the karta, will employ instrument for action. Action takes place at instrument level, and well, and this instrument, the mind, has a twofold function. Create, twofold function. Antaha bahivrittihi cha. And here, antaha, antarvrittihi bahirvritti. Because bahirvritti, you will see it is a dirgha ikara. Actually, vritti has a rasva ikara, but a dual. Therefore, it is so you can vrittischa, vritti. That's a samasa. Antarvrittischa, bahirvrittischa, antarbahirvritti, etc. Anyway. One is, what is the function of this mind instrument? Antarvrittihi bahirvrittihi. It has twofold function. It generates a inward thought and outward thought. We'll see what is that. It's an inward thought and outward thought. And do they rise, the inward thought and outward thought, do they rise sequentially or simultaneously? No, sequentially. Kramothita. Antar bahirvrittihi kramothita. Krama means here respectively. So respectively they arise. Utthita. So internal vritti arises first, external vritti arises later. Swamiji, is there any external vritti? Vritti belongs to the mind. Yeah, but we'll be coming to that. So kramotthita. So here it is kramotthite, kriye kramotthite, because through vritti, twofold vritti. So therefore kramotthite, actually kramotthita word is there. Rama rame ramaha. So akarantah strilingah kramotthita shabdah, and that is here it is dvivachanam, and it's an adjective to the vritti. Kramotthite antar bahir vritti bhavatah. So this is how it is. Now let's see what is this antarvritti and bahirvritti, etc. He himself explained in the 7th verse. Antarmukha ahamityesha vritti kartara mullikhet bahirmukhedamityesha bahyam vastvidam mullikhet. So see how he introduced pramata is one part of the mind, means I thought. Pramanam is also a different type of thoughts, idamvritti, etc. He will come to that. So pramana is also other part of the mind, and he defined that pramana vyapara in the two pramana vyapara, the function of the pramana, function of the mind in generating two types of thoughts, antarvritti, bahirvritti. So what is the nature of antarvritti? He himself says in the first line of the 7th verse. So he says antarvritti means what? Antarmukha. Antarmukha vritti. Antarmukha means, mukha means here is directed towards. So turn inward, antarmukha. Turn inward, directed towards, directed inner. What is it? Aham. So basically the vrittis, the vritti, the aham vritti, which is nothing but the vritti whose object is aham alone. So I thought is called antarvritti. Actually vritti, both, any vritti takes place inside only, but the difference is in the direction only. One is directed towards oneself, self-referral thought is antarvritti, refers to I, that pramata, which is will. So that is I thought. So one is directed inward and other is directed outward. So inside vritti turn inward. So it's aham vritti, I thought. And so antarmukha esha vritti aham iti bhavati. So and that I thought reveals what? Sa antarmukha vritti kartaram ullikhet reveals. That I thought reveals what? Pramata, karta. That's what it says. So the I thought invokes karta, pramata, part of the mind. Then second one, bahirmukha idam iti. So bahirmukha vritti, extrovert thoughts, which is also a function of the pramana only, karana part of the mind. Well, it takes place in the mind only, but it is idamiti. It is directed outward, and so this. So all idamiti. So it is this in the form of this chair, this room, this swami, this table, etc., etc. Anything outside this body, idamiti. Esha vritti. Well, definitely. So sa idam bahya vastu ullikhet, sa bahirmukha vritti. The vritti which is extrovert, which reveals external object, called prameyam. So pramana, right? The mind, which is in the form of a pramana, well, which is an instrument, has a twofold functions, generating two types of thoughts. One is the thought who is directed towards the aham, and it reveals pramata, and the other is a bahirmukha vritti, which reveals an external object in form of prameyam. So basically, all pramata, pramanam, and two types of pramana vyapara, pramana function of the pramana mind, and prameyam, all are told. And what is the common nature of all? All are jadam, naturally. All are jadam. External object is jadam. Pramata, which is revealed by the I thought, jadam. And pramana itself, the mind, which is generating thoughts itself is jadam. Anyway, so everything, pramata, pramanam, prameme, everything is jadam, or ahamidam vritti, jadam. So now who reveals all of them? So that it becomes ultimately a one unit of knowledge in which all three are there. So they are just all vrittis. Aham vritti, idam vritti. Idam vritti we can say pramanam. Aham vritti pramata. And external object prameyam. All are jadam. So definitely someone should reveal them. They are all jadam. And so to light up that whole show now, while he brings in Sakshi in the 8th verse. 8th verse also he said something else, and then 9th verse of course. Idamo ye visheshaha syurgandha ruparasadayah asankaryena tan vidyat granad indriya panchakam. One more thing is left over which he wants to cover up, and then on 9th verse Sakshi is going to be introduced. So if you study the nature of this aham vritti and idam vritti, aham vritti always refers to the I only. Cannot refer to anything else. Ego, pramata. So I thought reveals only this pramata, nothing else. Whereas this idam vritti refers to infinite objects. Idam can be anything. This can be anything. I can be only this. Here, pramata, the knower, karta, but idam is referred, by idam, infinite objects are referred. That's what he is saying. About, and in a very typical way he says. So, what are these infinite objects which are revealed by this idam vritti? They are divided into 5 groups actually. But he says what? Idamaha. So, ye visheshaha idamaha. Idamaha means the objects referred by idam vritti. Objects which are referred by idam vritti are called idamaha. It's a very specific way of, it's a special declension. Idam word, in a napumsaka linga, it will be imam, ime, imani. But that's a conventional declension. But idam word, with a special declension is idamaha, idamau, idamaha. Idam, idamau, idamaha. Means it is any object which is referred by the vritti idam, also word later, of course we are talking about right now the thought. So any object which is referred by idam is called idam. That's what it means here. So idamaha is a bahuvachan of that word idam. It's a special declension. Idam, idamau, idamaha, etc. The conventional declension is I am imau, ime, or ime, imau, imaha, or imam, ime, imani, in all the genders, I mean. So that is not. So word idam means here an object, which is referred by the idam thought or idam word. So that is called idamaha. So ye visheshaha. So ye visheshaha means all these infinite objects which are referred by the idam vritti. Syuhu, they are what? Gandha, Rupa, Rasadaya. There are 5 subdivision. Gandha, Rupa, Rasa, etc. Shabda, Sparsha. So broadly classified as a Pancha Idama Vrittaya. So Shabda Vritti, Rasa Vritti, Sparsha Vritti, Gandha Vritti, etc. etc. So they are all these objects which are referred by them, they are infinite in number of course, but they are classified into 5. And all will be referred by idam only. Idam vritti only will objectify them. But who will does this classification? Idam vritti cannot do. Mind only will say this mango, this smell, this taste. So mind doesn't basically classify. Everything goes there and will be known. Who does this classification? Senses. Senses do the classification. So basically, that's what he says. So, asankarena tan vidyat. Asankarena means without mixing up. All are referred by idam. They are infinite, but they are classified into 5. So, asankarena means without mixing up. Tan. Tan means this vishayan, gandha, rupa, rasadin, prameyan. All these prameyas. Bindyat. Bindyat means what? They should be classified. Actually, vid dhatu is there in the 7th conjugation, and this is a vidhilinga. Bindyat. Prathama purusha ekvachanam. So tan bindyat, well, so basically they should be classified, they should be segregated, they should be distinguished, etc. So we should write like this. They will classify, or they will segregate, they will distinguish, etc. By what? Pancha indriyani granadi indriya panchakam. Granadi indriya panchakam tan prameyan shabdadin prameyan bindyat. That's how it's. So granadi indriya panchakam is a singular. So granadi indriya panchakam is a subject, bindyat is a verb, and this prameyan, shabdadin, etc. is a object. So that's how you have to classify. You have to understand it. So this is how, without mixing up, well, this senses classify, not the mind. Mind doesn't classify, because every sense organ will pick up a particular thing from the object. All are there. Like a mango is there, the touch of the mango of course is there, the smell of the mango is there, the taste of the mango is there, the form of the mango, the color of the mango also is there, everything is there. But basically they are classified like Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Classification is done by whom? By the senses. By the senses. Mind doesn't do. Everything goes there. But the classification is done when you say Shabda. Let's say when you say a form of a mango, you cannot say a form of a mango without eyes. You cannot say a taste of the mango without the taste buds. So please understand, all of them are there in an object. They are not. And when you take away one thing, like suppose you take out a juice of a mango, you have, means only taste, the rasa should go, and the smell, etc. should be left behind. No, it will go all along. Please understand. So who does this segregation? There is a taste of the mango, there is a smell of a mango, there is a rupa of the mango, there is a soft touch, etc. of that ripe mango. Who does this classification in form of Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha? Senses too. So Tan Vidyat, they will classify ultimately, not the mind. So now, we have got a Pramata, Pramanam, this 2 Pramana Vyapara and Panchavidha Prameyas, 5-fold Prameyas now. Infinite has been classified into 5. And what is the uniqueness of all these 5 features? Pramata, Pramanam, 2-fold Pramana Vyapara, generating 2 types of thoughts, Aham Vritti and Idam Vritti, and this 5-fold Prameyas. So basically 5 things are there. Pramata is there, Pramanam is there, mind is there, then 2-fold functions of the mind, generating 2 types of thoughts, and Prameyas, which are 5-fold. So these 5 things are there. What is the uniqueness of all this? Well, all are objects of experience. 1. All are elemental. 2. All have certain attributes. 3. All undergo modification, starting from Pramata. Everything undergoes modification. The Pramana itself also undergoes modification, generating I thought and Idam thought, Idam Vritti, etc. continuously generating. Well, aham vritti will be there all the time. But then idam vritti etc. continuously generating. So pramana also undergoes modification. And well, they come and go. They are temporary. All this will be there. So when I wake up, of course, all these things will come. When I go to sleep, all these five will resolve. So we can say Triputi, if you see, no pramana vyapara will be there without pramana. So if you want to discard pramana vyapara, discard it, okay? So pramata is there, pramanam is there, and prameya is there. This Triputi has these features, and this Triputi, well, is lighted by a sakshi that has been introduced in the ninth verse. Kartaram chakriyam tadvat vyavritta vishayanapi स्फोरयेदेकयत्नेन योऽसौ साक्षात्रचिद्वपुः. So, Sakshi is there, of course, all the time, self-illumining principle. Even in Sushupti also I said you that the very experience of the Sushupti is revealed by the Sakshi. Because the I-ness is not there, the sense of individuality is not there, that I-ness is there along with the mind. So mind has resolved, the I-ness is also resolved, etc. Yet still the Sakshi is very much there in the Sushupti to experience of having a no particular experience. And you also, I slept well, etc. And therefore that I is a Sakshi. Anyway. So Sakshi, this Sakshi or which is equated with the Paramatma, because that only entered as a Paramata here, as a Jiva. The Brahman which created everything including this body, mind, sense complex and then entered as a Pramata. So Brahman and Pramata are one alone, of course. Pramata whose nature is Sakshi basically, because they are all Jadam. They are objects of experience. That's due to the Upadhi, mind, etc. But anyway, so Pramata which is by nature it is Sakshi only. And so Sakshi and Brahman are one alone. So this Sakshi or Paramatma, well, Asau Sakshi, which was introduced in this chapter, well, as a creator in the very first verse, well, reveals, this Sakshi reveals, Sphorayet. Asau Sakshi Sphorayet. This Sakshi reveals. What? Ekayatnena. How it reveals? First it says, Ekayatnena. Ekayatnena means in a single operation. In a single operation means simultaneously reveals all this. Pramata, Pramanam, and Pramanam, as the Pramanam is revealed, as the Pramanam, the mind gains Chidabhasa, it starts functioning. It starts generating thoughts. So thoughts also are revealed. So you can say Pramana Vyaparas. Both the types of vritti is also revealed by the same Sakshi. And also objects outside Prameya. All are revealed. Pramata, Pramana Vyapahara, Prameya, and this Pramanam, etc. All are revealed. You can take 3 if you want. I am saying 4. If you want, you can take 3. No problem. You can include Pramanam and Pramana Vyapara as 1. Okay. So Ekayatnena means, well, you can, they in a single operation, they are revealed. So that shows this Sakshi reveals all simultaneously. Mind cannot reveal simultaneously. Mind reveals basically only this Prameya. Mind means basically you have to now include Pramata and Pramanam. This Pramata, Pramanam by a knowing process reveals Prameya only. And that too, not all the objects, all the Prameya which are infinite, simultaneously, one by one. So, basically, Sakshi reveals all this, Pramata, Pramanam, Prameyam, all simultaneously. So, this Ekayatnena means Yugapatvam. Yugapat means simultaneously. And what it reveals? Kartaram, Pramata, which is called Karta here. So, by how it reveals? By lending Chidabhasa, Sakshi reveals. There is no process involved here. We say knowing process, but all are revealed simultaneously. So, as the mind wakes up, while Sakshi lends Chidabhasa to the mind, and definitely very first, the basic thing is a knower. So, that is how, the very first thing, I think last time I told you, I know that arises first. No will is still is there, no desire is there, nothing is there. Just I know. The knower is the very basic thing, pramata. Because the sakshi, which is already there in all the three states, of course, as the mind wakes up, sakshi reveals it by lending chidabhasa. So pramata is revealed. So aham vritti shines, you can say. Many ways you can tell this. Then kriyam cha. Kriya means that pramana vyapara. Means pramana vyapara, definitely. Kriya here means pramana which does a function. And the pramana vyapara will be what? In the form of a generating this I thought and idam vritti. I thought and this thought. So sakshi reveals pramana, or sakshi reveals pramana vyapara, you can say. Because every thought will have a chidabhasa. In fact, every thought is known to you by chidabhasa. And the chidabhasa will not be possible without the chit, the sakshi, and therefore we say sakshi reveals every thought. This is one and the same thing, but we should understand the thought is lighted by chidabhasa. Because the nature of thought is such. So, which definitely, which reflects the consciousness. So, reflected consciousness. Because of that only the thought is and thought is known. Yeah. So, tadvat, sakshi reveals them, kriyam, and then tadvat means it's a conjunction only. Or so also, vyavritta vishayan api, vishayan, prameyan, vyavritta vishayan. So, all these 5 divisions of sense objects, etc., also are revealed. Well, we know now how. So, when vritti, idam vritti, along with the chidabhasa, pervades the external object, and definitely. So, there is a vritti vyapti, and then revelation by the chidabhasa is a phala vyapti, etc. So, anyway, function of the pramana belongs to pramana only, and therefore pramana vyapara you can remove it. Instead of kriyam you can write pramana. So all triputi is revealed by sakshi. So sakshi directly reveals pramata and pramanam by lending chidabhasa, but sakshi cannot give chidabhasa directly to the external object, and definitely needs a vritti. So for a chidabhasa, for reflection, you need a vritti only, and that is the external object. And therefore, sakshi does not directly reveal the prameya outside. So, definitely, sakshi reveals through the channel of a pramata and pramanam, the external object. And therefore, we say pramata reveals this prameya. But actually, the very pramata is revealed by the sakshi, and therefore, ultimately, we have to say sakshi reveals pramata pramanam directly and prameyam indirectly. So sakshi in the form of a chidabhasa will go out with the thought, you can say. Chidabhasa in the thought also pervades, as the thought pervades the object. Chidabhasa in that thought, the vritti also pervades the object and reveals the object. That's what we have learned in a 7th chapter. So this is how sakshi illumines pot. Pot becomes a prameya. Pramatas reveal prameya directly. Sakshi reveals prameya indirectly. So that's what it says. Sakshi sphoraet, sakshi illumines. Atra means in this waking state. What is the nature of sakshi? Well, chid vapuhu, which is of the nature of consciousness, which is distinct from this triputi, which is jadam. If sakshi is jadam, sakshi requires another consciousness to be revealed. No. Anyway, so this is how this has been said. And sakshi reveals this triputi. So what is sakshi has this will to reveal the triputi? No. Sakshi doesn't. Sakshi by nature it reveals. There is no will on the part of illumining triputi or revealing the triputi. It is natural to reveal the triputi. It is natural to illumine the triputi on the part of sakshi. Like that, they gave example, like the fire. is as though fire burns paper. We write even a kriya also, but really speaking, it's not that fire which is waiting for the paper to burn, and so well let the paper come, I will burn it. No, such a wheel is not there. Fire burns is actually figurative. In the presence of fire, paper gets burned. In the presence of a sakshi which is ever present, self-illumining, ever present, self-revealing, sakshi which is ever present, well, this triputi which is non-separate derives existence and also are illumined. In presence of sakshi, only they are revealed. So there is no will on the part of the sakshi. Like the sun illumines the earth, there is no there is no will on the part of sun. Let me illumine the earth. No, sun is self-luminous. In its presence, the earth is illumined. It's natural, and therefore such a state, there is a sakshi bhava and all this is all a humbug thing. Is not true. That's only mind. Swamiji, I am now in a witness state. If you are in a witness state, now after some time what? That state goes away. That's a mind. You are by nature witness, being a self-illumining principle. So this, Swamiji, I am right now in a state of witness. After some time I will not be witness. No, you are sakshi. So you reveal everything because everything is non-separate from you. Everything is proven existent. The entire mind is non-separate from you. The mind is proven existent in consciousness and the mind is illumined in consciousness. So pramata pramanam is revealed in consciousness. And then external object through pramata pramanam also is revealed by the sakshi. Sakshi only lends chidabhasa, and that's how all the three are actually revealed, directly or indirectly. Sakshi reveals because Sakshi reveals. Sakshi illumines because Sakshi illumines. That's how it is. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om. So now, can you distinguish between Sakshi directly revealing Paramata and Pramanam? Yeah. Directly means the Sakshi illumines the mind. Sakshi, see, we used to say like that, this consciousness manifest in the mind. That's how we used to say. It's the same thing. Now we say it a little differently because we want to ultimately know the nature. The consciousness, of course, but here, which is available as the self is what? Is a witness consciousness. Yeah. So then, well, we understand it as a witness. The consciousness, which is a witness actually. Witness of the mind. Witness of the mind means witness of the pramata and the pramanam. Means it lends a chidabhasa to both and they are revealed that way. And of course, and then pramanam becomes functional. Two types of vrittis are there along with that chidabhasa. And that vritti, along with the chidabhasa, contact the external object and reveals that object. So prameya also is revealed that way. So basically, Sakshi reveals the pramata and pramanam, which is nothing but a mind, directly. And Sakshi reveals the external object through that pramanam, idam vritti, along with the chidabhasa. Chidabhasa is because the Sakshi alone has, has given this chidabhasa. So basically to the pramana and to pramata also, aham vritti, nidam vritti, both have a chidabhasa. So then aham vritti with the chidabhasa, so that's how pramata is revealed. And nidam vritti with the chidabhasa, the mind, rest of the mind, the pramanam is revealed. And that will become functional and reveal the object externally. So Sakshi does not reveal the external object directly, but through Pramanam. Pramanam is revealed by the Sakshi, and that Pramanam which is revealed now through the Sakshi, that has Chidabhasa. So that reveals the external object. So that's how it is. So it is indirectly, you can say, but everything simultaneously. Ultimately, it's not that two are revealed and one is not yet revealed, and all the three are revealed simultaneously, but two directly, one is indirect. That's how we have to understand. Okay. So now we don't have a class on Friday, and we will have a class on Monday now, because I'm going out now. So wherever I'm going, I will be taking class from that place. So, but in this coming Friday, I will not be able to take class. So I will take the class from Chicago, I think, uh, on Monday. So that's for your. So only for Friday we have a holiday for the class. Okay. Hari Om. Hari Om.
Thank you so much.
Hari Om. Namaskar.